Gun Bullet Fist is a natural-born leader, a second-generation American soldier named after guns, leading his squad to justice and glory. Wow, what a huge dick he has. Juliet Still Nips, a true native to the American lands. Taught to hunt by her people, she can kill a deer or a man from 1,000 yards out. She has huge areolas and an even bigger heart. She has a lot to learn, but you better watch out or she'll teach you a thing or two about getting fucked up. Oh my god, it's Pretty Hassan. I'm aroused just talking about him. What a handsome son of a bitch. That mocha skin, those pristine abs. He's a beautiful man in an ugly, ugly world. He's literally got that phrase tattooed across his perfectly chiseled back muscles. Why is Vishnia Fachinko here? Nobody really knows, but an educated guess is to fuck shit up. Her go-to move is the Vishnian dick rip on the battlefield and the taint whisper in the bedroom. Gun Bullet Fist's anus is in for a real treat after each successful mission. Welcome to Wasteland 2. Director's Cut!
What comes after the end? I don't know. Neither did they. They were just an Army engineer battalion, constructing roads and bridges deep in the middle of the Arizona nowhere. They didn't know why Armageddon had come. They'd heard radio chatter about an attack on some space-based missile platform. But who had attacked it, or why? No one knew. What they did know is that the politicians and the generals had finally ended the world. Now, everything was gone. They took over a federal prison for a fort, kicked out the convicts, got busy starting from scratch. Maybe it was an act of mercy. Maybe they figured that the prisoners would die out in the harsh new world. Whichever, it came back to bite the engineers in the ass. Cultists, criminals, cannibals. They've been living with the fallout ever since. Good people had survived too, called for help in the night. And those engineers, those common soldiers, could not stand by and see them die. So they came out of their fort, and they helped the survivors defend their homes. And for that, they earned a new name, a proud name, the Desert Rangers. Now, Rangers, I know at times it seems our cause is hopeless, and I know it's hard to say goodbye to a brother in arms. But I want you to know something else. that no ranger who dies in the line of duty will ever be forgotten. Nor will he have ever died in vain or unavenged.
Hello everyone and welcome back to EchPlays. I'm Esh and it's been a while and I apologize. Welcome to the Wastes of Arizona, I think. And welcome to Wasteland 2, everybody. This is the Too Legit crew, which I just named that. So from now on, I guess that's the name of the squad that I have. This is a game I'm going to be playing, and I hope you guys enjoy it. You guys got a little bit of an intro to the characters. We'll go into more in depth about what each of these people do in our little squadron in a minute. I've skipped over a little bit of stuff. We talked to General Vargas a minute ago. I figured it'd be quicker and more concise just to tell you what's going on instead of doing all that dialogue. Basically, we're a new squadron of what they call Desert Rangers, which you probably noticed mentioned in the intro video, which I will have either played before this or right now. There you go. So we're a new squadron, and we've been tasked to figure out why our friend here, Ranger Ace, I guess is his name, was killed while he was trying to figure out something with a communications tower. Apparently, it was being used to broadcast threats to the Rangers. He went out to try to figure out who was sending the messages, and he ended up dead. And now it's our job to go to the area, fix what the problem he was trying to fix to begin with, and also figure out why he got murked. That said, let's go into our characters, because we have a lot to talk about here. We got Gunbullet Fist, our leader, and I built him as an actual leader. So he sacrificed a little bit of combat stats in order to take something like charisma all the way up to 6, for instance, which will allow us to do more in social situations, but also in terms of giving our friends buffs and stuff. It'll allow him to be more efficient and proficient with that. And then he's got some other skills as well. Nothing too special. He'll be good, but not the best in terms of combat situations. But he'll be a utilitarian character in the way that he sort of allows others to be better. In terms of skills, he's got assault rifles, leadership, hard ass, and smart ass. These two are social skills. It gives you the ability to intimidate during social encounters, and also the ability to cleverly manipulate people into showing you their anus, I'm assuming. Next, perks. He doesn't have any perks, but we can learn perks. Nobody should have any perks because you can't actually do anything with them until you get in game. So we'll have to worry about that later. Back in though. Next dude is Juliet Steelnips, our Native American snipper with a snipper rifle. That's her job. She snipes. As you can probably tell, she has abilities built to make her good at that. So she has some speed so she can get to where she needs to be and stay away from people and stay at range. She's got some awareness and some coordination. The dump stats in this game basically are luck and charisma. So unless you're building someone to be a social savant, you should probably take your charisma and luck down to 1. Luck isn't all that great. It just affects your critical stuff. In terms of skills, she has her sniper rifle, weaponsmithing, demolitions, and perception. So she'll be the one that finds things like mines and then subsequently can then disarm said mines. And then she can also do things like tinker and stuff, which will allow her to build weapons, build weapon mods, etc. And of course, she's not going to be a sniper unless she has the sniper rifle skill, obviously. That's a given. Jeez. And then we've got Pretty Hassan. Now, I apologize. We're just going to have to pretend that he's actually handsome, because this game's faces are essentially 99% real ugly, if I'm being honest. But in RP mode, he's handsome as fuck. He likes to get inside of people with his looks. But he's got a shotgun,
So as you can see, he's got shotgun, mechanical repair, safe cracking, and lock picking. So he's more of our like mechanic, and he also gets in there and just does damage, destroys cover, etc. In terms of his stats, he's got coordination, awareness, and speed at 6. So he's just in general pretty good at a lot of stuff. And it's got a lot of utility to him as well. And I think his shotgun's really going to come in handy in terms of getting in, finishing off people. He does have, what is it called? Shit, what does he have? He has shit, what is the thing called? Quirk, brittle bones. And brittle bones makes it so you have a less of a combat speed, but you can do more per turn. So you can move less, but once you get in there, you can get like a couple shots off instead of just one, and he can finish people off like with that skill. In terms of other people, let's see. I think she might. I don't think she doesn't have one. She doesn't have a quirk. I think he does. He has repressed rage, which gives you 2 times damage and 25% critical chance for 1 turn after receiving a critical hit, but can never get normal critical hits. And I just mostly gave him that because I thought it would make him more interesting to play. And then we finally, last but not least, we go to Vishnia Fuchinko. And she's got an energy weapon, because apparently one of the best guns in the game is an energy gun, so you kind of want to have someone who's energy-based weapons. If you go to her stuff, she's got delayed gratification, which gives her +1 skill point for each level up after level 10, but -1 for each level up before level 11. And this is because she's built to generate more skill points, because she's going to be sort of a jack of all trades. And if you do it like this, you start slow, but then it sort of ramps up insanely after level 10 happens. In terms of her skills, she's got energy weapons, alarm disarming, mechanical repair, and computer science. So she's a bit of a fucking nerd. What a fucking nerd. And that's her. And I'm pretty excited to get started, actually. So I don't want to dilly-dally, as they say. We could potentially go and talk to these people, maybe get some side quests. But at the end of the day, I kind of just want to go over to this place, if you know what I mean. So we just need to exit this area, which I think we can do by just going like places. So let's travel. So yeah, we got a old gun named after guns. He's ready to go. I don't think actually we can leave from this area. I think we do have to go through this like outer area from the Citadel. The Citadel being like this prison they've taken over a long time ago, whenever the apocalypse first happened. They took the prison over and kicked all the prisoners out, and they sort of became the riffraff of the Wasteland, and the Rangers became the sort of cops or whatever. So this guy's a merchant. I think you can probably buy weapons or ammo or something like that. Oh, what's this?
Mind picking up that can over there for me? Think there's some water.
Oh god.
He headbutted you right in the butt.
Nice. Real nice, dude. What a dick. Do we need to talk to this guy?
Did you actually think I was serious about wanting that can? I just wanted the goat to hit you in the ass.
Oh. Okay, well, I mean, nice prank, I guess. So yeah, we're on our way here. So far, so good. I mean, I was assaulted by a goat, but what's new, really? What's new? So I don't like the fact that it sort of centers you on your party every time.
You never should have put down the wrench and picked up the gun.
So I think this is the redhead from the slightly cringy real world video. The sort of live action video.
Sorry about the waterworks. I'm still pretty broke up over Ace. I'm Angie.
Her name Angela Death. Jesus.
Lord, y'all just babies.
I mean, that's not true, really. just based on the visuals appearance that we were forced to pick from, it makes us all look like we're in our mid-40s. But you know what? RP. We saw you at Ace's funeral. You knew him well.
They all hurt, but this one... Man,
Why, Angie? Tell us.
Ace wasn't even a ranger. Not at first. He worked as a driver and mechanic for Fair and Brygo up in Vegas. When Base Cochise started sending its death machines into the desert, Brygo sent Ace south to recruit robot fighters. We met him in Quartz. He'd pissed somebody off out there and they'd locked him up. We sorted that out, and he started running with us, helping us fight Cochise, and never stopped. Vargas eventually gave him the uniform and the hat, but I don't think he ever formally signed on. He was just always there. And now
He's dead. There's a lot of words in here. I just feel like they just tossed a bunch of lore words into this paragraph.
God damn it, Ace. I knew this one was trouble. I knew it.
Oh, girl, don't be like that. How well do you know General Vargas?
Better than he'd like. Back in the day, the General was the craziest of us all. But somehow, after he brought down Base Cochise, he became the sanest. Now he's running the whole show and doing a damn fine job. While I'm still walking patrols and answering radio calls. Shows you how much ambition I got, huh?
Babies? Us?
Sorry, but you are. As cute as little kittens. Y'all remind me of us. Snake, Razor, Thrasher, and me. Back when we were just starting out. Thinking we were gonna save the world for the future. Thinking none of us would ever die. Christ, sorry. Don't listen to me. Youth is good. Optimism is good. If we all started out worn out and jaded like me, nobody'd ever try to change the world. So you kids go ahead and give it a go. Maybe it'll work this time.
So as you can see, we've got 6 dialogue options. And I'm only marginally interested in, like, none of these. So, maybe we can just ask about this. You thought Ace's mission was trouble because we're essentially going on the same mission.
He was working on the same thing Vargas has you working on. Trying to track down radio signals from beyond the edges of the map. All seemed a bit boring and scientific to me. Then Ace started saying he thought someone was following him. I asked him to let me come with him when I met him at Rail Nomads to give him the repeater units. But he told me to go back to base. He said he was just jumping at shadows because those radio broadcasts had spooked him. I should have gone with him. Why didn't I go with him?
Well, I mean, at first glance, it seems like you didn't because you're the really bad friend, but whatever. Rail Nomad Camp.
Could be
Maybe we can
nice
get a
little
mark
place
on our map.
The Atchisons and Topekans would kiss and make up. I can't even remember what it's all about. But between them, they got enough old railroad tech that if they worked together, they could give this area a real transportation system. Instead, it seems like all they want to do is blow each other's heads off. Idiots.
Where's Quartz?
Man, not sure I can recall.
Oh,
Haven't been out that way in ages. I
really?
don't even know if it's still on the map. Ask Thrasher. He'd know.
Thrasher, huh?
You better call him Gilbert now. Funny, back in the day, he just seemed like this big old growly bear. Strong as an ox and just about as articulate. But then he got all torn up during our fight with the robots from Base Cochise, and he couldn't go out on patrol no more. Any other commander would have handed him his walking papers, but Vargas doesn't dump old friends. So he started him working in the museum. And once you know it, turns out the old bear has a knack for cartography. He's been gradually mapping our little corner of the Wasteland ever since.
Have you heard any of these
Ace played me
broadcasts?
some of them before he died. Hard to make out a lot of it, but what I heard made my hair stand on end. Some guy talking about turning men into machines. Or machines into men, or some shit. But the crazy thing was, then he starts talking about us, the Rangers. Saying we're the cause of all the trouble in the world, and we need to be wiped out so his glorious future can be born. I mean, who is this guy? Where is he? What the
So
fuck did he
basically,
say?
this is
Listen,
like Oh,
Vargas
God
asked
damn
you
it.
to look into Ace's death because he thought I was too upset to be professional.
I'm
about it.
trying to leave and
He didn't
escape
want me
this.
going off half-cocked and shooting up all of Arizona looking for his killer.
This is a totally different
I
voice
gotta find
actor.
this guy. Ace and me, well, we've been fighting side by side for nigh on 20 years. I'm not letting him die unavenged. So, well, I know it's going against orders, but if you let me tag along and be in at the kill, well, I'll help you find your feet out there. Maybe give
Yeah, baby, come on along. I mean, there's a distinct difference in your voice
No need to
between
tell Vargas why
two
I joined
different
you.
things, but
If anybody asks, I'm just helping you
essentially
get
this is
oriented,
camp exposition. That's what they should just call this fucking place, because essentially it's just a bunch of lore dialogue about the world and stuff. So I feel like we can probably just bail, honestly, out into the wasteland over here. I mean, we could go talk to Thrasher and get some map points, but where's the museum actually? Firing range, brass knucks, ranger brass knucks, water source, supply shop, citadel. Oh, I don't know. I think we're fine to just go. Gather your squad and travel to Wasteland. All squad members will go to the new location. I was born to go into the Wasteland. In the same way that some people...
Ranger Team Echo, this
Oh,
is
shit.
Ranger Command. Come in.
I wasn't going anywhere with that sentence anyway. It just sort of tapered off, and then this happened. Ranger Team Echo, this is Ranger Command. Alright, I'm gonna copy. This is Ranger Team Echo.
Roger, Echo 1. Just making sure you're ready.
It's pronounced Echo, actually.
I'll be your
Think you'll
dispatcher
find.
from here on out. I also wanted to give you a little heads up on your water situation. If you've all got full canteens, you should have enough water to reach the place where Ace died with plenty to spare. But if you're going to go exploring, you'll want to fill up again at any oasis you can find.
Honestly, General Vargas has the weirdest fucking accent. I have a hard time stomaching his voice actor. But we're going to try our best, aren't we?
Remember, your main priority...
I'm trying not to be overly
is to recover
critical,
the
'cause this
repeater
game isn't
unit
great.
Ace was carrying. Once you've got the devices, you'll be headed to Ag Center and High Pool to install them. But we'll talk about that after you acquire the repeaters.
Let's
You must, of
require
course,
some
bring
repeaters.
Ace's killers to justice.
Let's do it.
But right now, that's secondary to discovering the location of that signal. It is vital that all teams stay in radio contact with me here at the base. We get distress calls from all over our jurisdiction and sometimes beyond. Towns or farms or mines being attacked by raiders, mutant beasts, what have you. We field those calls here and then dispatch whichever team is closest to the problem.
Does that mean you weren't always the dispatcher?
Until now, Woodson's been our dispatcher. But Ace's death made me realize I've spent too many years in my office, walled off from the world and how it's changing. I need to know what's going on out there, and I figure the best way to do that is to start listening to the people's problems. So, I've decided that from now on, I'll be the one fielding calls and talking in your ear when you head out into the wastes.
I kind of wouldn't hear what Woodson has to say about this.
Don't let that make you self-conscious or nothing. 10-4, Echo 1, carry on. Ranger Command out.
Alright, Thick Boys on their way. The Thick Boys are on our way to the radio tower.